Great, guys. So today will be a strategy session slash motivation session, and today we'll discuss what will be the 1 month strategy. So welcome to today's video. In this video, we'll talk about what should be your next 1 month strategy for the upcoming INI-CET. The exam is on 17th May. Today is 19th April. So depending upon which stage of preparation you are in and when will you be watching this video, because this will be also streamed live on YouTube, right? So this will have everything for everyone. So I'll take the questions towards the end, right? Let me today just start with the video and tell my perspective of how I prepare for the next 1 month. So if I was a student like you, how would I prepare for the exam? Let's talk about that, right? So today is 19th April when you are seeing this video. The exam is on 17th May, right? So you have less than 1 month with you. I've taken all the dates according to today. So from tomorrow, 20th April, and made a planner accordingly, right? So in this video, I'll talk about what should be the planner for the next 1 month. How should your next 1 month look like? Okay. So let's first get on with what is INI-CET, right? INI-CET is an exam for central institutes. All of you know this. All aims, PGI, Enhanced, JIPMER, right? Now, everybody who's preparing and targeting this INI-CET specifically knows that INI-CET is a first and second prof heavy subject. And this has been proven time and again since many years, and this is not gonna change. So 60% of your questions will be from first and second year. And if you add OBG, FMT and surgery, it will have 70% of the questions. Around 120 to 140 questions will be there from these 9 subjects. And the remaining 10 subjects will have 40% weightage. And this is the most important thing for you to realize, right? So below I have enlisted all these 9 subjects and told you that these are the 9 subjects that you need to focus on. If you're weak in anesthesia, it doesn't matter. If you are weak in radio, it doesn't matter, right? What you want to focus on is these 9 subjects, because 60% of your paper will be from these 9 subjects. Okay. So first thing first, we have to focus more on first and second year subjects. Second, INI-CET is heavily dependent on PYQs. You have to master your PYQs and PYTs. If 𝐂𝐿 has been asked in the last 2 sessions, the likelihood of it being asked is very high in this INI-CET exam as well. Similarly, all gynae cancers are important for INI-CET. So PYTs you have to master. And what do I mean by mastering PYQs? I mean that you need to know the latest updates. The latest updates for these PYTs. Because INI-CET will ask the same topics, but will ask you the latest updates, in-depth questions from these topics. You have to master your PYQs. How many years of PYQs are must? 5 years INI-CET and NEET PG? I would still say you do 2 years of FMG. That is 4 papers, because the more questions you do, it's better. And also FMG, NEET PG, same body is conducting. And lately what we have seen is that, okay, questions might not repeat from FMG into INI-CET, but they definitely can repeat in NEET PG. And they're pretty easy FMG questions if you are preparing for INI-CET. So you should do at least 2 years of FMG. Now I'll enlist few special topics that are INI-CET specific, right? So from medicine, it is heavily biased and heavily focused towards emergencies, ECGs, acid base, electrolyte abnormalities, right? Again, pulmonary function tests are specifically asked in INI-CET and not so much in NEET PG. So again, these are important topics that you have to master for INI-CET, especially again, new technologies. So for example, microarray, fish, all these technologies, they are asked more commonly in INI-CET than NEET PG. Then practical aspects from biochemistry. They are again INI-CET favorites. AIMS has a separate biochemistry manual for practicals, and it loves to ask questions from that practical manual. Again, in anatomy, you'll be given uh, actual cadaveric images. So there will be a thoracic section at level of T4 with the with anatomy specimen lying, a photo of it, and something will be labeled. Similarly, gross anatomy sections of the brain, actual live cadaveric section of the brain will be asked in your exam. So these are specific things that INI-CET loves to ask. Now in surgery, again, surgical specimens, surgical instruments, very, very important. And what are the most common topics that are asked in surgery? We all know it's trauma, breast, general surgery. These things you have to master along with hepatobiliary surgery, especially surgical obstructive jaundice. Surgical obstructive jaundice. Okay. Now in obs gynae, I would say obs gynae is one of the most important subjects in your INI-CET because around 20 questions will be asked from obs and gynae. Okay, so if your obs and gynae is strong, you will go into this exam very confidently. Now in obs and gynae, what is important? Instruments, labor, CA ovary, CA vulva, CA cervix, basically all oncology in gynae, and obstetrics, labor is specifically, instrument is specifically asked. Right now, when I talk about labor, it's not just the mechanism of labor, everything antenatal care and revolving near labor. So, let's say preparing for delivery, induction of labor, actual mechanism of labor, malpresentation, malpositions, augmentation of labor, all of that is important from your INI-CET. Partogram, these topics are INI-CET specific. Now, in peds, systemic pediatrics is not so important. General peds and neonatology, if you are done with, you can sort of leave also systemic pediatrics, especially since the last 1 month is now remaining. Neonatology, definitely 2 or 3 questions will be asked. Developmental milestones in general peds, definitely 1 or 2 questions will be asked from developmental milestones. Now in PSM, unlike NEET PG, around 8 to 10 questions will be asked from PSM in INI-CET. In NEET PG, around 20 to 25 questions will be asked from PSM. Now in INI-CET, if we talk about epidemiology and biostats are very, very important. And overall, minor weightage is little less. Psychiatry, very few questions was asked last time. Anesthesia, very few questions were asked last time. Now, Nina Khanna derma images are very, very important. Again, you will find PDFs of Nina Khanna derma images on Telegram groups. So you can quickly revise derma through just Nina Khanna images. So if I were to summarize your entire INI-CET preparation, it will revolve around 60% of your covering first, second year subjects, OBG and FMT. PYQs of last 5 to 10 years, I would say 5 years PYQs if you're done, it's pretty good. And finally, the last 7-day revision. Now, let me just elaborate on the first and second prof subjects a little more. So these 9 subjects, what are these golden 9 subjects? Path, Pharma, Micro, Biochem, Anat, Physio, Surgery, Obs, Gynae, and Forensic. These 9 subjects will have around 120 to 130 questions, if not more. I would say 140 questions will come from these 9 subjects. So if amongst these 9 subjects from you are able to get 100 correct, and from the remaining 10 subjects you are able to get 50 correct, you are done. You have that 150 golden mark, you'll get a top 1000 rank in INI-CET. Right? So these 9 subjects you have to master. And so I'm again emphasizing it. If these 9 subjects are weak, you still have time to make them strong. Right? If any of these 9 subjects are weak, please pick up the respective rapid revision videos and respective BTR notes, club them, read them separately, whatever. This sort of will give you a broader picture of everything that you need to know, and along with 5-year PYQs. Now, INI-CET specific PYTs, let's say in trauma, they're again and again asking about abdominal trauma. So it's a good idea that you read abdominal trauma from its parent source, that is ATLS manual. If ACLS, atrial fibrillation or ventricular fibrillation management is asked, it is important to read it from a parent source like ACLS manual from American Heart Association. Right? So INI-CET specific topics, you either do it from YouTube, very, very good videos are available. Just type abdominal trauma guidelines. You'll have a complete video in which they'll explain everything. Again, you can revise them from TND because some TNDs teach these INI-CET specific topics in detail also. Right? And finally, if you're not able to understand from any of these two, go back to your main notes. But these INI-CET specific topics need to be read in detail because they will constitute the majority of the exam. Students think that if I cover everything, I'll be ready for INI-CET. Nobody can cover everything. Okay, you have to focus on important topics right now and important subjects. These 9 subjects are very, very important for you to master. Now, I've made a planner for you starting from 20th April till 17th May. So let's start with medicine, because I don't want you to do medicine towards the end. It's a waste of your time. So 3 days medicine I'm giving you, 20, 21, 22, followed by 2 days of PSM. Then we'll do all the minors together. So psyche, derma anesthesia just 1 day, derma Nina Khanna images ही पढ़नी है, anesthesia only RR notes which are short and crisp. Again, ortho do it with radiology. ENT, ophtha have given you 1 separate days. Now, amongst ENT and ophtha is now becoming more important. Around 7 to 8 questions are being asked. During my time, around 3-4 questions were asked in ophtha, but now the weightage of ophtha is slightly increased. Now, after we're done with medicine, PSM and minors, let's shift to the big 9 subjects, which will constitute around 120 to 130 questions for us. So start with big subjects like surgery and obs and gynae. Then go 2 days each for path, pharma, microbiochem, anat. And then 1 day for physio and 1 day for FMT. Right? Now, FMT is a short subject. I'm sure you'll be able to cover in the last day in around 7 to 8 hours. So the remaining 2 to 3 hours that you have left, just revise your 20th notebook before the exam to sleep, before sleeping. And then 17th May is your INI-CET. Now, what to read in these next 20 to 20, 25 to 30 days? ये planner तो दे दिया सर आपने, but इसमें पढ़ें क्या? So if you have annotated RR, read that. If you have annotated BTR, read that. ये पढ़ना है हमें in the next 25 days. And in the next 25 days, I have only given you 1 grand test, that is on 30th April. 30th April. बस एक ही grand test देंगे हम before INI-CET. Don't give too many grand tests now. Revise your theory again. Do daily 50 questions practice. Now, this is something that I have told you in previous videos also, that daily 50 questions practice gives you a cyclical revisions of all subjects simultaneously. And when to do this? Do it 1 hour before sleeping at night. So 50 questions हमें रात को करने हैं सोने से पहले. Okay, because if we do it in the morning and if we don't get a lot of questions correct, then the rest of the day is screwed. Right? So do it towards the night. And then keep making your 20th notebook. If you have still not completed these 19 subjects, these 9 subjects, please do them and write the difficult, forgettable stuff in your 20th notebook. Revise it daily in the morning. So daily ritual ban jayega hamara, that before we start our day, let's say we have kept a 3-hour study session from 10 to 2 p.m, 10 a.m to 2 p.m, 10 a.m to 1 p.m. So from 9 to 10, we'll revise our 20th notebook. Right? So these things you do it in the next 25 days. Okay, I have given you a planner. You can take a screenshot of this. I'll share the PDF on the group also. Right? So these are the last 1 month strategy for your upcoming INI-CET. Thank you. Now, if there are any questions, please unmute yourself and you can ask me. Let's discuss your individual questions in detail. Okay, Parthajit, how is your preparation going?
Sir, I am studying, sir, for the INI-CET now currently.
Yeah.
And sir, as you mentioned, the sir, top 19 subjects, I am aligned my routine as per that, so as to keep these 19 subjects towards the later half so that I can make it more recalling.
Yeah.
Sir, just that one problem, like even if I study for like 6, 7, 8 hours, still after studying like for 6, 7, 8 hours, at the end of the day, it becomes very fatigable and mind gets too much fatigue. And
Yeah.
at that period of time, it becomes very, very, very less productive, sir. So overall, what happens is that, sir, what is the target of the day? It doesn't fulfill, sir.
So yeah, this is a very common problem, because towards the end of the day you feel very tired. And so what I used to do is that I used to have a study partner. So whenever I used to study and I did not feel like studying, I just asked my study partner कि भाई तू पढ़ा दे. He just used to teach me whatever he has read throughout the day, and I used to just passively listen. Right? If you don't have that partner, You can do it with your parents. I used to do it with my father. He used to also read some of the stuff and pretend that he have understood it, but he just used to read lines from previous year topics. ठीक है, हमारे टाइम पर रिव्यू बुक आती थी प्रितेश सिंह की नीट पीजी. ही यूज टू डू questions along with me, and when I did not feel like studying, he just used to read out questions to me and इसका आंसर ये है. तो उस टाइम पर आपको कुछ कुछ रिवाइज भी होता रहता है. यू रिवाइज समथिंग ऑल्सो, एंड आपका टाइम वेस्ट भी नहीं होता है. Another thing that I will recommend, that if you don't feel like studying new things or solving new questions, just pick up someone and teach them whatever you have read. नया कुछ नहीं पढ़ेंगे, जो आज पढ़ लिया वो बस दोबारा रिवाइज कर देंगे. सो दिस कैन बी योर फ्रेंड, योर पेरेंट, और मतलब खुद ही बोल लो. ठीक है, हेलुसिनेट कर लो कि कोई सामने है एंड उसी को पढ़ा दो. ठीक है, सो दिस थिंग यू कैन डू इन द लास्ट इफ यू डोंट फील लाइक स्टडिंग.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Astha, how is your preparation going?
Yes, sir, it's going on track. I mean, I've decided that I will revise the first and second year subjects like थोड़े हर रोज थोड़े करूंगी ताकि in touch रहूं with these subjects. So, yeah.
Chalo, good. Rishikesh, how is your preparation going?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
It's going, sir, like up and down, like giving tests, subject tests, and like revising things. And same as like previous person, I'm also feeling kind of tired at the end of the day.
Okay.
So like kind of pushing, sir.
Yeah, these last 1 month are very tiring. You know, I remember when I used to go to the mess, some seniors used to ask me कि भाई सब ठीक है ना? Are you okay? Because I used to be so tired and fatigued, and frankly, lot of times frustrated that I don't want to do this. And you just have to be present every day. So it doesn't really matter now कि आप कितना ज़्यादा पढ़ रहे हो, कितने घंटे पढ़ रहे हो, but what matters is कि आप daily पढ़ रहे हो. You have to study daily in the next 125 days. There should be no gap of 2 to 3 days where you have not studied, because you know that is a blunder in the next 25 days. There should be no 2 to 3 days gap जिसमें आप बस frustrate होके you're in your cocoon or you're escaping. That should not happen.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
Yeah. Naved, how is your preparation going?
चल रहा है सर.
चलो ठीक है. Aksa, how is your preparation going?
Sir, I'm reading daily. Abhi I'm left with only 𝐒𝐲-𝐈𝐀, जिसका I have not made my 20th notebook. बाकी like I've been making छोटा like things that I have been forgetful things now from different subjects. I've been compiling everything together. So I'm doing that for 𝐒𝐲-𝐈𝐀 now, and I'm trying to read daily. Abhi I'm left with like 2 days more of internship.
Okay.
तो इसलिए time crunch है थोड़ा, but by and large trying to read daily, sir.
चलो ठीक है यार. थोड़ा इंटर्नशिप के टाइम पर टफ होता है, बट वंस योर इंटर्नशिप इज ओवर, आई थिंक देन you'll pick up your speed. And these 9 subjects, please, in the next, after your internship is completed, you'll have around 25 days. So make sure you make these subjects revise and make them strong.
Sure, sir. Yes, sir.
Nishtha, how is your preparation going?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Well, it's going. I mean, I'm trying to do my best. Some days are very good, some days are not so good, but trying to give 100%. Then there was a lot of anxiety at one point, but now I've tried to stop overthinking it. So
Yeah, it is a very anxiety prone period, yaar. Matlab, frankly, I'm glad that I don't have to sit for this exam again, and you will be glad that you won't have to sit for your exam. There are a lot of students I see who come daily for the sessions, and I'm really glad that you guys come for the sessions. I'm very happy to see you, and I'm sure all of you will get through this exam. This will be the last exam that you'll give, be it INI-CET or NEET PG.
so these sessions really help. I mean, every day we also feel like there are more people, like we're not alone in this. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people are going through the same thing.
Yeah. Sukhapuri, are you there?
गुड इवनिंग सर, कैसे हैं सर?
बढ़िया. कैसे चल रही तैयारी भाई?
सर सबसे डिफिकल्ट काम फॉर्म भरना था सर, पढ़ाई तो आसान है।
हाँ, काफ़ी लोग बोल रहे हैं यार कि बहुत ही कॉम्प्लिकेटेड सा फॉर्म है इस बार।
सर वही तो सर, मतलब पीडब्ल्यूडी को एस्ट्रिक्स फील्ड डाल दिया सर, मतलब उसमें ब्लैंक ब्लैंक डर के भरे हैं सर हमने फॉर्म।
सही में
क्या
यार।
करें सर, सही में। पढ़ाई तो कर लेंगे सर, पढ़ाई देर सवेर तो हो ही जाती है सर। इस अटेम्प्ट में होगा नहीं तो नहीं नेक्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में हो जाएगा, तो सोचना ही नहीं है। इट विल हैपन सर, उसका श्योर है, होना हो जाएगा सर, कॉन्फिडेंस है।
अभी तो दोबारा कन्फ्यूजन तब भी आएगा जब INI-CET 17th मई को है, एग्ज़ाम आ जाएगा 25th जून तक आ जाएगा, 25th मई तक आ जाएगा
जी सर,
रिजल्ट,
जी सर।
एंड फिर काउंसलिंग स्टार्ट हो जाएगी उसकी, तब नीट पीजी भी देना होगा, तो वो भी थोड़ा एक कन्फ्यूजन वाला टाइम रहता है।
नहीं बट सर उसमें तो मतलब सोचना ही नहीं, अगर आईनाइसेट में अगर ट्रिपल डिजिट रैंक नहीं आई तो फिर उसका काउंसलिंग में भी मतलब
हाँ।
देखने की तरफ भी सर मतलब नहीं है सर
बट
कोई।
अटेंड करनी चाहिए काउंसलिंग, क्योंकि अब एक्चुअल सीट्स ना हमें लगता नहीं है कि इतनी है, बट काफ़ी हैं यार सीट्स INI-CET में, और बहुत सारे आप देखोगे कि थर्ड राउंड तक या मॉपअप राउंड में, मतलब आपको कभी कभी इतना लक होता है कि यार मिल जाती हैं सीट्स। ठीक है, तो आपको
सर
INI-CET
मेरी फ्रेंड को 500 का कुछ रैंक था, उसको मेडिसिन भी नहीं मिला सर, कहीं नहीं, किसी एम्स में नहीं
नहीं,
मिला
मेडिसिन तो चल
सर।
नहीं मिलेगा बट और भी तो ब्रांचेज हैं मेडिसिन के अलावा। मतलब मेडिसिन तो चल टॉप मेडिसिन रेडियो डर्मा, मतलब ये नहीं मैं बोल रहा कि तुम्हें मिल जाएगा टॉप 500 टॉप 1000 में, बट ऐसा नहीं है ना कि आप लेट से आप दूसरा या तीसरा अटेम्प्ट दे रहे हो अपना, एंड यू आर फाइंड विद अ लॉट ऑफ चॉइसेस, सो यू गेट दोज चॉइसेस बिलो 500 ऑल्सो,
जी सर, ये एग्री करते हैं सर।
है ना। एंड INI-CET इज योर रियल लाइफ GT, दिस इज द ओनली GT दैट मैटर्स फ्रैंकली। ठीक है, आप कितने भी GT दे दो, दिस इज द ओनली GT दैट मैटर्स, तो टेक इट
सर
एज अ
बहुत
GT
बहुत
फॉर योर नीट पीजी।
बहुत महंगा फॉर्म है सर, जीटी का 4000 रुपए दे रहे हैं सर।
4000?
उसके बाद दिन दिन जाएगा, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन जाएगा, खून उबलेगा सर, वो अलग सर।
सेंटर अलॉट हो गया सबको पास में?
नहीं सर, वो तो एक हफ्ता पहले निकालते हैं वो सर।
अच्छा अच्छा, हाँ, अभी तो फॉर्म ही भरे जा रहे हैं, राइट। फॉर्म की तो विंडो क्लोज हो गई ना?
हाँ सर, उनका बेसिक रजिस्ट्रेशन का क्लोज हो गया, बट ईयूसी जिसका बेसिक रजिस्ट्रेशन हो गया वो ईयूसी करके इस मंथ के एंड तक सबमिट कर सकता है कि 4 तारीख या 4 तारीख को तक एडिट करके फॉर्म आ जाएगा, और 4 या 5 तारीख को शायद इनका एडमिट कार्ड है, एंड देन आपको अपना अरेंजमेंट बनाना है कि कहाँ पर आपको मिलेगा।
ओके ओके, चलो। डार्क लॉर्ड, हाउ इज योर प्रिपरेशन गोइंग?
Hello, sir. My preparation is going fine.
या
Actually, I messaged you from the name of RKN on the other day. Actually, if you remember, sir, I messaged you that I got a rank of 1300, and I was asking you the exactly this last month strategy, sir.
ओके ओके, चलो ठीक है, होप दिस हेल्प्स। अगर इफ़ यू हैव एनी अदर क्वेरी स्पेसिफिक टू योर प्रिपरेशन, यू प्लीज़ मैसेज मी एंड
Okay,
मैसेज
sir.
इट ऑन द ग्रुप, टैग मी, मैं ग्रुप डेली देखता हूँ। ग्रुप में आप मैसेज
Okay,
कर
sir.
दो,
Thank you.
टैग
Thank
मी
you.
@RJ2970, I'll reply.
Thank you, sir.
सर आने वाले टाइम में और कोई क्लासेस या सेशंस या रैंडम ऐसा कुछ ले रहे हैं?
IBQ सीरीज चल रही है यूट्यूब पे, पता है आपको उसके बारे में?
आईबीक्यू तो पता चल रहा है सर, बट मेरा सिलेबस ही उतना है कि वो आईबीक्यू बाद में आएगा सर, बट ऐसे
हाँ।
ऑनलाइन जैसे आप लोग लेते हैं डेली 8-9 बजे के आसपास, वैसा कुछ है क्या अभी सर?
तो क्या, हाँ, एक डॉक्टर ओशिका का ओवेरियन मासेस के ऊपर क्लास पेंडिंग है, एक वो होगी। बाकी तो यार 20
हाँ जी।
अप्रैल तक की प्लान था कि सब रैप अप करेंगे, बिकॉज 1 मंथ तो आपको सेल्फ स्टडी के लिए भी चाहिए, तो सेल्फ स्टडी करो अभी, दिस 1 मंथ डू योर सेल्फ स्टडी। अब रिसोर्सेज एंड टीचर्स के पीछे मत भागो, सब हो गया है, आपके पास है सामान, अब सब इकट्ठा कर लिया है आपने जोड़ जोड़ के, अब खुद पढ़ो उसको बैठ के।
चीज पूछ रही थी वैसे, मतलब थोड़ा सा जैसे कि जो शॉर्ट सब्जेक्ट्स हैं, शॉर्ट सब्जेक्ट्स में अगर डायरेक्टली नोट्स रीड कर दें, लेक्चर ना सुने तो चल जाएगा
हाँ
क्या?
हाँ, सब में यही करना है, लेक्चर सुनना किसी के सुनने होते हैं, लेक्चर सुनोगे तो डबल डबल टाइम लगेगा।
तो वो लग रहा है डबल टाइम, इसलिए पूछ रहा हूँ क्योंकि
हाँ।
कुछ सब्जेक्ट जैसे आपने जो 9 बोले वो 9 तो मुझे देखने पड़ रहे हैं, बट जो शॉर्ट सब्जेक्ट है, शॉर्ट सब्जेक्ट सोच रहा हूँ कि वीडियो ना देख के सीधा नोट्स पढ़ के चले जाएं।
मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ सबके लिए बस नोट्स ही पढ़ के चले जाओ यार, टीचर ऐसा कुछ नहीं पढ़ाता, बस आपको लगता है कि कोई सामने बोल रहा है तो अच्छा लगता है, अच्छा लग रहा होता है बस, ठीक है। और थोड़ा सा मे बी रजिस्ट्रेशन ज़्यादा होता है अगर कोई सामने से बोल के पढ़ा दे, क्योंकि अपने इस तरह से पढ़ाता है, आपको वो तरह याद रहता है कि उसने इस तरह से पढ़ाया था तो हमें वो चीज़ याद रह गई। बट उसमें टाइम बहुत लगता है, बिकॉज एक बार टीचर पढ़ाएगा आप तब सुनोगे, फिर उसको खुद रिवाइज करोगे, तो डबल टाइम लगता है।
जी सर, लग रहा है इसलिए दिक्कत हो रहा है
हाँ, तो
थोड़ा।
अब सब में सुन लिया यार, मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ, मतलब अपने आप पे भरोसा रखो। देखो अब ना अब खुद नोट्स पढ़ने की आदत डालो, बिकॉज अब रेसिडेंसी करोगे, वहाँ पर डिपेंड मत हो वीडियोस पे। अब हो गया, टीचर्स ने पढ़ा दिया, आपने सब पढ़ लिया, हैंड होल्डिंग हो गई, अब खुद उठ के चलने की बारी है।
जी सर।
ठीक है, एंड सब लोग अपनी 20th नोटबुक के ऊपर लिख लो अब कि दिस इज द लास्ट ग्रैंड टेस्ट दैट आई विल गिव, this is the last exam that I'll give. Everybody write it on your 20th notebook at the top. This is the last exam that I'll give for PG entrance and I will get selected in this PG entrance. खत्म। ठीक है, मैंने बोल दिया है आपको, तो हो जाएगा बस आपका सिलेक्शन।
थैंक यू सर।
चलो, सो इफ देयर आर नो मोर क्वेश्चंस, किसी को है कोई क्वेरी, प्लीज अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ एंड आस्क।
सर कल का पीडीएफ डाल दीजिए, पीडीएफ नहीं।
अच्छा ठीक है, मैं डाल देता हूँ।
और मैम की क्लास कल होगी?
मैम की क्लास कल नहीं होगी, मैम की क्लास अप्रैल एंड या फर्स्ट वीक ऑफ मई में होगी।
जी जी।
Sir, I have one more last query.
या Dark Lord.
Sir, it's regarding actually, the things that we mark in GTs actually, if it is an easy question or even, medium difficult question, I end up marking the, wrong answer while eliminating rather than the right answer if we, rule out the two options, sir. What is is there anything that we can do to improve that?
सो आप ना, जब दो ऑप्शन रह गए, एक ऑप्शन को हाथ से बंद कर लो एंड देन सी की जो मैं ऑप्शन मार्क कर रहा हूँ, इज इट, क्या ये पहली बार में मेरे दिमाग में आ गया था, या अगर नहीं आया तो कैन आई जस्टिफाई दिस बेस्ड ऑन दिस अलोन, बेस्ड ऑन द क्वेश्चन। अगर आप जस्टिफाई नहीं कर पा रहे हो ना उसको, तो दूसरा ही आंसर।
Okay, sir.
ठीक है, चलो।
Okay, sir. Thank you.
चलो ठीक है गाइस, सो ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट फॉर द अपकमिंग एग्जाम. I really hope that all of you get selected. I hope this is the last exam that you're preparing, because frankly NEET PG is the worst exam to give in a life of a medico, worse than PMT, worse than DM, worse than SRship fellowship exams, and you shall get through. ठीक है, don't worry, this is only the last 1 month is now left. क्या बोलते हैं वो, हाथी निकल गया, बस पूंछ रह गई है, तो अब ये भी निकल जाएगी एंड यू विल क्रॉस दिस फेज. एंड आई वुड से दैट ऑल ऑफ यू आफ्टर क्लियरिंग नीट पीजी गो ऑन अ ट्रिप. ठीक है, घूमने जाओ कहीं, गो ऑन अ वेकेशन. हम सब लोग जाते हैं, मैं गया हुआ हूँ, आदित्य गया हुआ है, मेरे बाकी फ्रेंड्स भी गए हुए हैं ट्रिप पे. यू गाइस डिजर्व इट. ठीक है, एक ट्रिप करके आओ इस एग्ज़ाम के बाद, थोड़ा रेजुमिनेट करो अपने आप को, फील लाइक अ फील लाइक अ डॉक्टर, फील लाइक अ ह्यूमन बीइंग, फील लाइक अ person in your 20s. ठीक है, this time won't come back. Go on a vacation after this exam and enjoy. ठीक है, लाइफ खत्म नहीं हो जाती है नीट पीजी के बाद. तो ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट. I'll see you in the next class. Bye.
Thank you,
थैंक यू
sir.
सर। गुड नाइट सर।
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Thank you, sir.